Welcome to another Colin Crandall Fight Breakdown. I am here with my nephew, Trevor, the Crusher Carnes. And today we will be breaking down 4 fights from next Saturday's UFC on ESPN 52 from Austin, Texas, Dariush versus Tsarukyan. So this is a very early look at that December 2nd card. Dariush versus
Yeah. Somebody thought it was this weekend, but
that is it.
obviously it
I
wasn't.
had thought it was this weekend. Yeah. Anyway, all right, Trevor. First up, we're going to go for Kelvin Gastelum versus Sean Brady. This one's going to be a barn burner. Super sick fight for sure. This was originally scheduled for a couple months ago, and it looks like finally we'll be seeing it a week from Saturday on December 2nd. I'll let you go first.
Yep, really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, me too.
Sean Brady, who was on a big win streak until he came up short against
Bilal last year.
Bilal
Yeah.
a year ago, and it's now trying to come back. However,
So Sean Brady is an it. Okay, I got you. I guess you don't like Brady that much. It's now trying to come back. I like it. But anyway, what do you think? Go ahead. Sorry.
darn it.
Sorry, that's all right.
However, I think Kelvin is going to be too strong for him. So I got Kelvin probably by knockout.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think the effort that Sean Brady is making, it's going to fail as well. So there's the it's. I think Kelvin is going to be too good. He's a better wrestler. He's the better striker. If they get into a scramble, Brady can probably submit him. I'm sure he can, especially like with a leg lock. Has Kelvin been submitted before by Jack Hermanson? But yeah, I'd say Gastelum wins this fight, so I'm going with Kelvin. I think by decision, but wouldn't shock me at all if it was a knockout, like you say. Next up, we have Rob Font versus Davison Figueiredo. The former champ is 35 years old. Font is 36 years old. Pretty even there. Font is going to be the taller fighter by about 3 inches and the hungrier fighter. I'm kind of surprised that the odds makers do have Font as the favorite. I would think the 2-time champ Figueiredo would be the favorite, but I actually do think Rob will win. It's going to be a really big ask, though. He's going to have to do everything right. It's going to be a really tough one, but I'm going to go for Rob Font, and I think it probably goes the distance. How about you, Trevor?
Sorry, Colin, I'm going against you on this one.
Nice. I love it.
I just think that Davidson has much more experience and has been a 2-time world champion.
Yeah.
I just think he's gonna be just too good and too crafty for Font. Rob is a tough guy, however, and should make it a battle.
Yeah, without a doubt. Font is always in it, and he really is hungry, having never been a champion at all. I don't think he was ever even in a title fight, unless I'm wrong, but definitely he wants that. He wants a chance to get up there and get the gold, and if he passes Figueiredo, then he probably will get the chance. Anyway, the next one we are going to break down was going to be Bobby Green against Dan Hooker. Unfortunately, the New Zealander Dan Hooker is out, and they got the tarantula, Jalen Turner, stepping in last minute. Man, oh man, this is going to be a fight, man.
Last minute calls, like I said, it's this man's fault.
Yeah,
he thought it was this next week.
That is true, but so actually, it's not going to. Being that it's a week from Saturday, it's like 10 days notice. So it's going to be like 10 days notice for Jalen Turner. So it's short notice, but he's the younger fighter. He's the bigger fighter. He's been doing better lately, although Green has been killing it, man. Green is a veteran. He's so experienced and slick. But I just think Jalen is the better fighter. I think this is Jalen's time, and I'm going to go Jalen Turner in this one. But I'm thinking probably a decision or maybe a late round stoppage. You know what though? If Green wins this, then he again is going to be shocking the world like he did in that fight against Grant Dawson. But I'm going to go to the tarantula, Jalen Turner, to defeat the king, Bobby Green. Who do you have?
Ooh. Well, I wouldn't say this is going to be a super sick fight because it was kind of a disappointing that it's not this weekend and
Well,
it's
but it
next
still is going to be a
weekend.
sick fight just because it's not this Saturday. It's still gonna be a sick fight. It's more. It's more notice for Jalen Turner instead of just a few days. At least
Yeah.
he gets like 10 days notice. But what do you think, Jalen Turner, the bigger, younger guy, or Bobby Green, the smaller, older but more experienced guy?
Hmm. Ooh.
I'm going Jalen Turner. Are you going to go with me or against me? I'm curious to see.
Hmm. So is Bobby still Bob? I might go with Bobby Green.
You're going to go with Bobby Green? I love it. You're going against me. And I'll tell
Yep.
you what, he shocked the world against Grant Dawson. He's so crafty, it wouldn't surprise me. And not only that, but especially since he'll have the full training camp and Jalen's only getting 10 days, I could see it. I think if they both had a full training camp, I think you might go Jalen with me because he's just been looking
Mhm.
better and he's bigger and he's younger. But with 10 days notice and the fact that Bobby Green is just like on a rampage and he's really got to keep winning at his age, I don't blame you. All right, so let's go for the next fight. So far we both have Kelvin Gastelum, but then we're against each other in the next two. I got Rob Font, you got Davidson Figueiredo, I got Jalen Turner, you got Bobby Green, and then the main event of the evening, Arman Tsarukyan, Beneil Dariush. And let's see what we're looking at there. Well, we know Beneil Dariush is the older fighter at 34 years old, and brings the experience and a few more high-level fights. They're both really good wrestlers. They're both good, solid strikers. Dariush is the better jiu-jitsu fighter, and Arman has the youth on his side. I think. I think that you know what I think? Before I predict, I think I'm going to throw it to you first. Trevor, I'll start with you. What do you think? It's definitely going to be a super sick fight, don't you think, Tsarukyan and Dariush?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is going to be a super sick fight. Like I said, no disappointment on this one, and
No, there won't be. Yeah, no way.
I guarantee it. Well, at least we know that the one that we did was supposed to be for next weekend.
Yeah, but yeah, that's enough. But yeah, we already figured that out. But definitely going to
Mhm.
be a sick fight. So what do you think? Beneil Dariush and Arman Tsarukyan.
Hmm. Well, definitely, I know Beneil is coming off the loss,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think that he is just gonna do everything he needs to do to make sure that he gets the win over Armin.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Beneil, probably inside the distance
Yeah, nice.
on this one.
Yeah, you know what? The odds makers have Darius more than a 2-1 underdog, but I agree with you. I think he's really live. I think he knows he has to win this fight. He has to, or else he's going to be dropping down more in the rankings. And he's in his mid 30s, and unfortunately, it's like the window might not open up again. So he's got to do this. He's a really nice guy. He's the underdog. I'm going with you. I've interviewed him several times. I'm going for Mr. Beneil Dariush to win inside the distance as well over Arman Tsarukyan. So That is what we're looking at. We're together on 2 and
Yeah.
we're against each other on 2. I will recap it for everyone watching for the first fight, which is Kelvin Gastelum, that we're predicting rather, which is the second fight in the main card. But we both have Kelvin Gastelum over Sean Brady. Gastelum's comeback here at 170 pounds, and we think he's going to look good and be too big and strong and too balanced a fighter for Sean Brady. We are against each other in the next fight. My nephew Trevor here has the 2-time world champion Davison Figueiredo. I got Rob Font in this one. In the next fight, also against each other, I got Jalen Turner on 10 days' notice, the younger, bigger fighter. My nephew has the veteran Bobby the King Green, who has had a full camp and can always shock you. Bobby Green can beat anyone if it's the right day and he's on his game. Yep. And then in the main event, we are together both on the underdog Beneil Dariush. So it's going to be great. Trevor, I don't know if your audio is still there, maybe, but say something. There we go. Let people know where they can find you to support you.
Yep. And that's the one thing that you forgot in the last video that we were doing. Hey, don't blame me.
Nope,
it's Colin's fault.
We didn't have time.
Yeah,
we didn't have time.
I know.
You showed up late. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Where's the best way to support Colin Force Adventures and Mega Squad Colin? No, that wasn't what it is it? Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's Trevor Force Adventures and Colin Mega.
Oh
my God.
You said Colin. Tell him again. Trevor Force Adventures.
It's Trevor Force. So you guys can find me at Trevor Force Adventures and Mega Squad Trevor on YouTube, Instagram and Twitter at Mega Squad Trevor, and on Facebook at Trevor Carnes. Yeah, like I said in I think it was 2 weeks or 2 weeks ago, last week or whenever we posted our last video. I know Colin did, but I know I said in the last video, I'm mostly active on Twitter. If you see me out there on Twitter retweeting pretty much Colin's stuff, then yeah, you know I'm online. But yeah, it's amazing.
Yep, absolutely. Good stuff.
And especially those Twitter spaces. Like I hopped in the one was it yesterday or
day before? Yesterday, before. I forget which. Yeah.
So it was Tuesday night that I hopped in and said what's up.
Absolutely, always good to have.
Met 2 of his buddies that are MMA fans.
Absolutely.
Also,
definitely great to have you in there.
That was amazing. Yeah,
that was fun. We'll keep doing that, Trevor. Glad to be collaborating with you on this MMA. Well, I know I'll let people know. For me, Colin Crandall MMA at Colin Crandall 33 MMA Power Hour is we have a ton of content from the last almost 7 years. MMA from London to LA with my man Callum Sanderson, and then doing also a good show with the Shattuck brothers from the East Coast, my brothers from another mother. Then my nephew here. Always love working with Trevor. And I know that Trevor is about ready to have to jump on the North Star there, which is leaving. I can see the wheels moving. That North Star's moving. You got to jump on that in a couple minutes.
Problem is, he don't have the taillights on.
There we go. His taillights aren't even on yet. So he's got a few minutes. He's got to catch his train. For me, I'm going to be on the bridge there, jumping off it. No, I'm not going to jump off it, but I'm going to be on these Golden Gate.
Imagine if the Go Gate Bridge was actually a part of the North Star line.
That would be amazing. That would be great. That'd be
like
Minnesota,
part of downtown Minneapolis.
Oh, that would be awesome if they had a big San Francisco bridge in Minneapolis.
Then I'd be riding it, and you'd be seeing me go by, and I'd be waving at you.
Yep, that's it. The only problem is that that's Northern California, and I'm in Southern California. But if I had super powerful binoculars on, I would see you from many, many hundreds of miles away, and then I would, if I could create binoculars that powerful, I'd call them the Mega Squad Trevor Super Power Binoculars. So I will work on that. I think I'll be able to create those by about 2046, but hopefully sometime before that.
Definitely.
But in any case, thank you guys. Hope you all enjoyed the predictions. Trevor, always awesome working with you. And
yes, sir.
We will be back. We may even do a second look at this card, possibly if anything changes. Hopefully none of these fights will fall off, but if not, we could be back next week and basically enjoy having, I guess, no UFC this Saturday, but look forward to a great UFC a week from Saturday, December 2nd. That's about it for my nephew, Trevor Carnes. This is Colin Crandall. We will catch you guys soon and enjoy the fights in a week and 2 days. Hope y'all had a very happy Thanksgiving. That's it. Knockout. Peace.